Excellent, guys. So good morning, everybody. Uh, Especially those who are morning right now, but not for those who is not morning for them. So we gotta have a really, really good day this morning. Really, really solid. Couple of really good trades. It worked just perfectly. Intel was earning play, so they gapped down 3-4 percent in the market, a bit pre-market. And they had, they didn't do something with their earnings, and that's just the perfect. The stocks in play in the pre-market. It was really in below the VWAP, popped up just before the open, but sold up heavily. That actually caused it a really, really nice risk to reward for from 50, just a really nice risk to reward. And as you see, we took short. I'm still a little bit of short Intel to see where we're gonna get. At 54, potentially 52.70 is the level that I have. I think 100% is going to get that, so I'm going to hold into that. So that was a 1 minute open range breakdown on a stock that was gapping down, weak, really good risk to reward, solid bearish candlestick. So it had just perfect match for all of the trade books that I had. So that was a really solid trade I did. Brian, did you trade this Intel as well or no?
Yeah.
You did with me.
I did.
Perfect.
AMC, I was in with an Intel 54.
AMC, I had some swing on the short, and because yesterday I was short here, I covered some, but I just kept some. So at the open popped up, but sold off. I covered, and then suddenly a squeeze came up, and I got stopped out. And then I flipped my position to the long, and some maybe from 37.80, you want to go pop up to above high of the day, but it couldn't hold the VWAP. Stop came out, and I got stopped out. So. That was the stop out. So essentially what I did on let's take a look at so that was my short trade, and then plus no, actually, you know what, this was the short trade. The last cover was here, and then I flipped my position for a line that I got to stop out. Another one that was the Snap was the best trade that we did. So Snap had a really nice earning, a really nice earning. Apparently, it beat it. It was trading at all-time high, came just above the VWAP. The stock was gapping up in that time 10-15%. For the first minute, the opening balance, there wasn't really a lot of volume going on. But as soon as the volume came in, it jumped up. So I kind of chased it a little bit. But the volume was so strong at 75, added more. All the way up to 78.50 we sold, and then I added a couple of times more as well. So this was my first entry, some partial, and then we had some add here and add here for the next up to 78.50, and then I had one more add that really didn't work out. So I had one more add here. My average was almost here, and then I got stopped out at my average. But that was a really nice move. We got from 75 all the way up to 79. So that was another solid move that we had. So essentially it's all one trade. That's the last ad that I had, and I got stopped out. The first entry was here, but because of your ads, you just constantly bring your average up. So that turned out to be not a great ad. What else we did? Snap. I did one long Twitter that I got stopped out. So Twitter was, gapping up, opened the strong, came up, I went long, added more, but I really got stopped out. I wasn't really liking the price action on Twitter because I just really didn't like it. Although I got stopped out with it with a couple of thousand shares. How much was that? Yeah, Twitter 3,200. I lost on it, but I think it was worth really taking that trade. And I'm still holding this short on Intel to see if we can get to 52.70. I think this one's gonna probably leak all day. So
yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's gonna probably leak. It's really weak. He might just do a small bounces here and there, but I think eventually want to go to 52.70. What else, Brian? You did trade anything else?
I shorted Billy. It just tanked. Yeah, it just tanked at the open.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Along with a lot of the other Chinese stocks. So yeah, I just caught that one on the way down.
Very nice.
That was probably my best trade.
Very excellent. Very, very nice. So yeah, I mean, I'm done. What else do you want from the universe? The universe has been so generous to us traders in the last 2 years, 3 years, that you just have to be appreciative, say thank you, And yeah, just take your money. Intel is still leaking. I told you, Intel is still leaking, and might go to
Intel's
50
still
something.
looking.
Yeah. So this week ended. I hope everyone had a really good day. Next week we're going to be full effort. We're going to launch a course, options course, that is going to be amazing. I think it might actually be already launched. So the options courses are there. If you want to take a look at it, you can upgrade to an elite membership, either with a 40% discount, which would be 1 year, essentially $99, or you can use discount code options 50, which gives you 1 month 50%, and then the rest would be the regular $199. Really doesn't make sense for me to people pay $199, when you can just buy 1 year. I don't know why some people do that, but anyways, I mean, you can test it a couple of months, but it's really worth to buy annual membership if you're serious about community. So that's one advertisement. Oh, like and subscribe and comment in the YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. We are in the mission to get our subscriber organically to 100,000. Hopefully, it's not easy. It's not, but if you support, if you like, subscribe, comment, and reshare, then definitely we can get that. I mean, you can go easily buy 100,000 subscriber for $10. All of these bots from Russia, you can buy it. People have reached out to us and say, hey, do you want subscriber free? Yes, but we want to really organically grow it, so the support from the community really helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a really good quality of the production, so I know our community production is not amazing, but at least our contents are good. The trades are real. We just do it live in front of you, so that's one thing that you can actually like, at least for us. But regardless, next week we're gonna have a series of new webinars. I'm gonna send an email about that. Brian, anything from you?
No, I'm just I hope everyone has a good weekend. Hope had a good day. Yeah, it was there was some good opportunities today, and they'll probably continue into next week as the earnings parade continues. Perfect.
Yeah, market is making all-time high. Q is definitely making all-time high. Is at all-time high. SPY is at all-time high, and IWM, which is the small 2000 company, garbage companies down there, all the broken banks and stuff are all in this IWM, and they're still hovering. And I'm kind of got stuck in this TNA. TNA is the leveraged ETF for IWM. So I was expecting that IWM to catch up with the rest of the indexes, but it hasn't so far, and it might not ever. So that's a little bit getting concerning for me.
I think the challenge with the IWM is it's pretty heavily weighted on banks, regional banks, and with interest rates this low and no sign of turning around, I think that's probably a concern.
Yeah, probably. All the shitty banks are down there.
Yeah, dragging that index down.
What I noticed, Brian, was I thought that IWM is beating a SPY, but I noticed that in the long term, actually, IWM hasn't beat the SPY. In the 10-year thing. No, I'm not asking the ETF website. That's a really good website, ETF.com. IWM doesn't beat this. So the IWM, the 10-year return is 11%, but the SPY was 14. I don't think there was any year except just 1 year that beat the SPY. Most of the time, IWM doesn't beat the market.
Yeah, well, the IWM with the being obviously with the small caps, they tend to do well in a recovering economy and booming economy, but then they don't do as well in the opposite type of economy. So it does tend to be a little bit more cyclical, and returns are a little bit there's a higher beta on the returns if you look at it over the years. Yeah,
that's exactly true. That's why last year the IWM just exploded. If you can IWM versus the SPY in 2020, I think that would have been. You think we have it here or it's the same? Yeah, in 2020, I think that just IWM exploded, and now it takes time for them to to really catch up. I don't know if they have the return for IWM was
Yeah.
When 2020 was the pandemic and plus recovery, IWM just exploded. Look at look on a daily chart. You look at it from like the bottom of pandemic, which was let's go to the weekly chart. Oh yeah, from the bottom of the pandemic, from 95 all the way up to all-time high of 234. So that's almost 2.5 times. How much was the SPY in return? Let's go to the weekly chart. Like 220 to 430, barely even twice. So yeah, definitely IWM beat SPY. All right. So maybe I'm making a mistake being in IWTNA. Maybe I should always switch to NASDAQ and QQQ, but we'll see how it goes.
Well,
Snap.
Well, definitely the technology sector is very sensitive to interest rates too. So if with interest rates so low, the technology sector is going to be the one that's good to go to in this environment. Apple is breaking out here.
Yeah, Snap might break out too. I think Snap could be a potential call option here for those of you who are getting into the options trading. I think Snap could be a good call option. Setting up here. I think Matthew is asking a question that it's good for YouTube people too. That what's the future for day traders? Do you think it's going to be good? I mean, I was a little bit concerned after the pandemic was over and the recovery was over that are we going to see all of those American Airlines and CCL and all of those stuff? But I think yes, what we see here that the volatility and the volume and liquidity is still there, but the sectors are changing. If you want to trade American Airlines for the rest of your life, then you're in trouble, or NEO, or AMC. You just have to see this pocket of money. Like a few years ago, many years ago, I was part of a chat room, and I mentioned that this story many times. That we were all amateur traders trying to average down and just blowing up accounts and all this stuff that you guys are doing in the chat room right now, just averaging down and losing trade and stuff. We were doing all of those stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stupid thing. And then one person came into the chat room and he said that I'm a full-time trader of 5 years. I mean, it was like back 2013. And I said, wow, 5 years day trader. I mean, we didn't know if he's right or not, but we were just impressed and asked him for advice and told him that, what do you think about the market? And he said that, I think the market has a pocket of money. And as a day trader, you just have to find these pocket of money, where the money is, like GME. And then AMC, and then it goes into the Chinese sector, and then it goes into the, airline and cruise lines, and then from airline cruise lines goes to technology, and then from technology goes to blockchain, and from blockchain goes into another sector. They're gonna eventually find something. So this volatility has to rotate. That's why being part of the community is really, really important. Just because you get to know who's trading what is the volatility. If you want to trade Ford right now, for example, as a day trade, you probably constantly get chopped up and down because there's just the range is not there. Like for example, you want to take opening range break up from 13.90 to 14. Are you kidding me? For 10 cents, how much commission you got to pay? Even if it's zero commission, you still just doesn't make any sense trading that. But if you're trading something like AMC or Snap that moves from $70 to $80, then that's a lot of opportunity for you. So you have to look into that. Yeah, NEO, for example, NEO and I will go long back. We used to trade it a lot, but look at this chop right now. It's just not tradable. When you look at the daily chart,
it's just trade.
Yeah, there are some time, like back from October to December. It was just before the election. You remember that when the new administration was coming and everyone was expecting there's a lot of funds going through the clean tech and stuff. The whole EV sector started running. And then after, in the new year again, it started running it. And then look at the volume was significantly higher. And now it's just dead. Look at the volume. This is not the volume that I want to be in there. Used to be great, but it's not. It might come back in play if something news or something comes happen. It might come back in play. But right now, not at this stage.
Yeah, you're right. There's just, there's always money, out there. And as long as people have money, they'll be chasing opportunities.
Yeah, excellent.
You know,
Yeah, watch. Read Brian's email and watch his end of the week and midweek recap. We're working on a lot of other stuff. We were working on some indicators, leading indicators for the market that shows the direction of the market. The option scores are coming, and there's a lot of things that we're working on the community. I just have to stop traveling, sit down in Vancouver, and get this stuff to do, and we'll see that. But so far, yeah, my trading has been good. You see that the volatility is there. You know, with 5, 6, 7,000 shares, you can make 10 grand. You know, it's amazing. You know, you don't need to have a lot of patience to catch a really good trade. And we are not a penny stock trader. I mean, the penny stock trader is just a different whole ball game. There's always something. XBio is running up again. There's always something that going on in the penny stock trader. Like penny stock, anything under $10 or $5, we call them penny stock. Like XBio is from $2 to $4. If you're a penny stock trader, this is the whole totally different ball game. You know, the pump and dump of penny stock traders, that's a different thing. So. Anyways, guys, enough of that rant. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see you on Monday morning, guys. Cheers.